Comodo Endpoint Security Manager version 3 brings the future of endpoint management to your browser. Discovery and deployment is available through auto-discovery of endpoints from a domain controller, through Active Directory browsing, workgroup nomination, or IP address push installations. The administrator is also able to perform pull installations by using the prepackaged installers or MSI files. This allows the organization's endpoints to rapidly and efficiently be brought under the system administrator's management. The Information and Alerting toolbar displays the most critical issues requiring the administrator's attention. Whether updating outdated antivirus definition databases, reapplying endpoint policies, or dealing with infected endpoints requires only a few mouse clicks with the required actions taking place in real time. Deleting, restoring, or creating AV scan exclusion rules through applied policies similarly requires but a few clicks to manage quarantined items. Further management of applications of unknown credibility is fulfilled through the management of Comodo's fail-proof auto sandbox by creating policy-based whitelist rules for that executable or deletion of the executable directly from the affected endpoint's file system. With the most urgent tasks completed, ESM then offers reactive per endpoint management. The list or panoramic display offers the 13 most critical metrics the system administrator needs for rapid identification of endpoints or users requiring attention. These include the system name, IP address, domain and logged on user, policy in effect on that machine, the machine's group's membership, operating system, and platform. The system alerts in effect for that machine are also displayed on the machine's tile. These are infection status, AV database update status, the endpoint's policy compliancy status, the system's resource consumption and health status, whether the system's user requires assistance, whether the system has Comodo Endpoint Security installed, the online and availability status. With the endpoints on display directly from the Management Console's taskbar, the administrator can wake the machine from hibernation, reboot it, or shut it down. Click the desktop icon to form an encrypted VNC screen sharing session to any LAN or WAN-based system. Invoke any report. Create new administrative groups or relocate any selected endpoints between parent, child, grandchild, or great-grandchild groups. Apply either a local policy defining the machine's template while it is on the LAN or an intranet policy dictating the machine's settings while not connected to the LAN, or apply both policies and allow the location-aware agent to enforce the applicable policy depending on the machine's location. Perform full system or quick AV scans or update outdated antivirus database definition files. Should deeper inspection of the machine's operations be required, all the administrator has to do is click the Properties icon and ESM will display the system's current status. From the Properties display, the administrator has all the information required for rapid response to alerted or reported networking, hardware resource consumption, or software issues. The power behind the display of this information is further extended to the administrative abilities provided by ESM. A simple click of the underscored count metrics reveals the processes running on the endpoint with a taskbar option of terminating an unwanted process. The Services tab reveals all the services running, paused, and stopped with a taskbar function of stopping or starting services. The Applications tab displays the list of applications and programs installed on the computer, offering the administrator the ability to silently and invisibly uninstall that application from the managed endpoint. Should an executing program not be from an MSI installer, the administrator can drill down to the endpoint's file system and delete the offending executable file. Alerted or reported issues can thus be remediated in under 10 seconds. Post-event analysis or auditing is also available directly from the Endpoints Management Console. All the administrator needs is to browse the relevant event log, filtered by event type, to rapidly establish the cause and environment surrounding the event. This per endpoint reactive administration capability is scaled across the managed site through the ESM drop-down menu. From this menu, the administrator can get a global view of, for example, all installed applications, with the ability to selectively or globally uninstall those that don't belong in the environment. The administrator can perform similar mass or selective starting or stopping of services, or from the processes option, mass terminate unwanted processes, selectively terminate unwanted processes, or drill down to individual systems to locate and delete offending executable files or even parent folders. The proactive power of ESM lies in its policies and the auto-enforcement thereof controlling Comodo Endpoint Security, CES, the only truly protection, not detection-based endpoint security solution. Offering genuine next-generation technology, defense in depth, Comodo Endpoint Security brings 5 layers of defense to the point of impact, where the attack takes place, the user's desktop. The first layer of defense is Comodo's award-winning antivirus engine detecting viruses, trojans, rootkits, and spyware through a real-time or quick scanning of data in motion or scheduled scanning of data at rest through full system scans. The second layer of defense is Comodo's leak-proof tested legendary firewall, scrupulously monitoring inbound and outbound network traffic. Comodo's host intrusion protection system, Defense Plus, the whitelist-based component of CES built on a default deny architecture, forms the third layer of defense. Acting as an application firewall, it prevents one program from tampering with another program's registry keys, files, or dependencies. It further prevents one program from launching another in order to gain unauthorized access to the system or system resources. With known bad files managed through the blacklist-based antivirus component and known good files managed through the whitelist-based host intrusion protection system, Comodo ESM extends the administrator's reach into the last remaining file type, the unknown 0-day, 0-hour, or 0-minute files which do not appear on anybody's black or white lists. Comodo's unique auto-sandbox containerization technology, not being reliant on a resource-expensive virtualization layer, requires the smallest footprint in the industry so that even the most meager of endpoints can host their own persistent, non-heuristic dependent application container. Further, non-reliance on user or administrator pop-ups makes Comodo's Auto Sandbox fully automatic and non-intrusive on the end user's computing experience. This ensures that the operating system maintains its integrity without manual intervention. Any executable or script thus contained and isolated in the sandbox is then cross-referenced against Comodo's database in Layer 5, File Rating. The file rating component uploads the script or executable to Comodo's malware analysis laboratories, where it undergoes a series of automated and, if required, manual tests to establish the file's credibility and validity. Following each layer of conclusive testing, the malware analyst will create either a blacklist signature or whitelist signature, which is then rolled out as part of the scheduled definition updates. Should the script or executable not be 100% certifiable as bad or good, then it will remain listed as grayware and it will continue to be run in the sandbox until the administrator creates an explicit whitelist rule to be applied with their environment. The further management of CES is performed through the definition of the update sources, wherein the administrator can nominate primary, secondary, or tertiary definition database update sources. The administrator can also choose to protect the endpoint security status against user manipulation by specifying that a local or administrative password be required to modify the local endpoint's CES settings. As a true single pane of glass management solution, Endpoint Security Manager also serves to function as a system management solution whereby the administrator is able to define acceptable operation thresholds for the endpoint's CPU, RAM, or network bandwidth consumption and receive alerts should those thresholds be exceeded. The administrator can also define free space thresholds on the workstations or server system drives and receive similar alerts should available hard drive space reach a critical limit. ESM also provides power management, invoking password-protected screensavers following a selected period of inactivity, setting a system to standby, or in the full hibernation, again following a selected period of inactivity, thus serving to reduce the organization's monthly electrical requirements. USB, optical, and floppy drive devices are also brought under the administrator's control through the ability to enable or disable these devices, thus preventing both data egress as well as data ingress. With the policy requirements specified, the administrator is able to apply the proactive management templates to individual endpoints, parent, child, grandchild, or great-grandchildren groups. The third aspect of ESM is apparent through its reporting capabilities. While still offering all reports in either PDF or Microsoft Excel formats the administrator would expect, ESM presents all the information required on managed hardware, operating systems, and installed software to create and maintain a hardware and software manifest. Bolt on ESM's ability to serve as a live chat-based user assistance tool with remote screen sharing, and it is easy to see why the 4-in-1 Endpoint Security Manager, Endpoint System Manager, Hardware and Software Inventory Manager, and User Assistance Manager makes Comodo ESM the future of endpoint management and administration.